What is the fastest you have ever seen a new coworker get fired? As a teenager, I worked at a bowling alley. Within an hour, a new girl was fired on the spot for dropping a ball on the foot of a complaining patron. 4 or so hours. When I was 18, I got a job at a grocery store, along with 3 others. We all started training together. On the first day, we were training in the evening, and one girl asked to go home. She said her head hurt. They said fine, she clocked out. Went to grab a grocery cart and started filling it with beer and liquor. The store manager walked over and asked her if she was having a party. She said yes. Didn't even try to come up with an excuse. Just, yeah, I am. So I needed to leave early on my first day. Basically, he fired her. He didn't show up the first day, second day, third day. I had to work a double shift for 3 days straight. Not fun. I answered the phone when he finally called on the 4th day. He said, I'm going to be honest with you. I've been in Orlando. My parents paid for a small vacation as a reward for getting the job. Would it be okay to start next week instead of this week? What better way to celebrate the end of unemployment than taking a little break from work? That beats the person I worked with that only showed up for half a day and tried walking out the back without getting noticed. I'll admit it's a mind-numbing office job where all you need to do is fill out forms for 8+ hours a day. But it's not that good. I got hired for training and all. He was in the aisle where we sell bathroom countertops and medicine cabinets. We also have mirrors in this aisle. That's where he was. Not in a bathroom, before their first day on orientation. I got hired for a manufacturing job from Manpower, a temp agency. Me and a friend of my wife were both supposed to start on Monday at the plant for a week-long orientation. She got into a fender bender on her way to orientation and called them to say that she'd be a bit late and she just needed to wait on the police to give a statement. The manager told her not to bother ever coming in. Girl was torn up. She took pictures and the police report in to the hiring manager. Tried to explain things to the company HR managers, but no dice. She was fired before ever clocking in. That's fucked up. Making it up would be one thing, but pictures and police report should at least have gotten her a second chance. That is fucked up. Having pictures usually gets you off the hook. I've been sending my boss the same picture of a freight train blocking the road for years, so I can get breakfast if I'm hangover. Worked in a grocery store for a while. New guy took a lobster out of the tank and removed the elastic bands on its claws, then proceeded to put it back in the tank. The thing murdered all the other lobsters in the tank. 3 hours into the first shift, guy lost it serving an annoying customer in a grocery shop. Throw a cabbage at her. The manager came and told him to go home cause he finished there. He wasn't surprised. I was standing next to him. It was an entertaining day. I work construction. We had 2 new hires that were friends starting the same day. Boss told one to take a coffee order and come back. Took everyone's money and said he needed his friend to go with him cause it was a big order. They never came back. They quit a construction job to steal and split the cash from a few coffee orders. I imagine if they had stayed and worked a full day, they would have earned more than that. A man was hired to do stock in a tea store that sold lots of coffee. The manager walked in the back on the 3rd day and saw him just throwing boxes of teacups and teapots. Instantly fired. I called a temp agency to get someone to help me count inventory. They sent a guy over with a cast on his arm. That was my first WTF, but I went with it because we were just counting parts. Then I came back from lunch, and this dude was in my office chair zoned out and drooling on himself with a can of air dust on his arm. I kicked him awake and escorted him out of my warehouse.